Ken, the book, got it on the screen right now. I'll tell you, it's a beautiful picture of a couple in love. And it's a love story, the untold love story. And it really is a terrific book. And I wish we could spend almost 2 hours just talking about how you wooed this girl, because she was playing hard to get even in a wheelchair. I mean, it's really rugged to get to her, but you did. And she gave her heart to you. And you loved her. And you thought in every possible way you knew what you were getting into. And then you're teaching school, you're coaching football. She's traveling worldwide. You're traveling with her as much as you can. And the tediousness of the schedule was starting to get to you. And you talk in the book about the testing years. Other people in our audience right now, they're already there. Talk to them a little bit. What were you experiencing?
Well, I knew I married someone with a disability, but the reality of it came about a year into our marriage. The 24/7 was just starting to take its toll. And, you know, it's interesting, but I didn't think about, you know, the shopping, the other things that guys would usually allow their wives to do, but it fell on me as far as that responsibility. And then the turning at night. It was every night. The turning, you know, turning someone with a disability isn't, well, you could be asleep in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and I get the call from the other side of the bed, you know, Ken, I've got to turn. So I get out of bed, half asleep, still dark, and then I've got to reposition Johnny. Now, repositioning means taking pillows, tucking them behind her on one side, and then making sure her legs are in the proper position, but doing this while I'm half asleep, and then trying to get back to sleep again. And then, maybe in a couple hours, it happens again. And then on top of that, I've got to go to school, I've got to go teach. So this was the way it was for that first year, and there was a point where I had to sit on the edge of the bed one evening and just tell Johnny, I'm feeling trapped. You know, this is all just starting to take its toll, and I still love you, but I'm feeling trapped by the disability. About a few years into our marriage, another thing became a trial in terms of our relationship, and that was, Johnny's always been in pain, but there was a pain that we didn't understand. It was in her back, and it was getting worse. In fact, on a trip into Europe at a friend's house in Holland, it's the first time Johnny's ever done this. She was at the dinner table, and she said, you know what? I can't do this. I can't handle this. I've got to go lay down. It's the first time she's done that I could recall, and we had to take her into a separate room and lay her down, and I said, you know, she said, I'm just in pain. I just can't handle this. And I told her then, when we get back, let's go check out the doctors. Let's find out what's wrong. And when we got back to the States, you know, we went through all of the examinations. Nobody could really tell us exactly what was wrong.
Yeah, because you had it in you. You were going to figure this one out, Ken.
Oh, we're trying, yeah.
But you did every test you possibly could, and yet they couldn't tell you. But she's got this hellish, searing pain that's killing her, on top of all else that you're going through.
Now, we thought it was a gallbladder. We thought it was a broken bone. We thought, you know, we had all these different things that we were trying to find out if that was the cause of the pain, and we never really did find out what the actual cause was, but we know the pain was still there.